By now I'm sure you have all heard of the terrible tragedy surrounding the skeptic feminist who shot and killed a woman. In such dark times we need as much kindness and understanding as possible. Thankfully, there are some fantastic people on YouTube who displayed a truly heartbreaking amount of empathy towards anyone affected by this tragedy. Yet even though they have been nothing but wonderful on their live streams talking about this, they have received tons of totally unwarranted hate. As you can see in the following clip, they made it very clear from the start that it is not going to be easy discussing such a tragedy, and that they are not going to enjoy it.
Okay, so I actually don't think we should be enjoying this, because I mean,
I'm not enjoying this.
The woman got killed.
Still, they powered through, because this is important. But look how poorly they have been treated for just having a discussion about this tragedy. One person who was part of the relevant live streams, called Uzulu, was even labeled a sociopath, even though he did nothing wrong.
Something I think is important as well is that people were accusing me of having no empathy or calling me a sociopath over this. I mean, the tweet is just the result, but I put out a tweet that said, "This is genuinely sad. My sympathies to anyone affected," and that's the result of me actually feeling sad about this. Like, it's not a good thing.
Can you believe that? Uzulu puts out a tweet in which he shows empathy towards anyone affected by this tragedy and makes it clear that this makes him genuinely sad, but still he is being labeled a sociopath. Isn't this crazy? Just think about the social stigma of people thinking that you might be a sociopath. I think there might even be some countries in the world where you could possibly be killed for supposedly being a sociopath. Does Uzulu live in one of those countries? I don't know. He might be. His life might be in danger right now.
I can say in the abstract, yeah, it's sad that this has happened. And if I'm going to sit there and put myself in his shoes or her shoes, then yeah, of course I'll be able to empathize. But I mean, like, if I don't, I mean, you could do that all day with fucking anyone, you know, and that you just be horrendously sad.
Yeah. Just listen to the raw and honest empathy of Sargon-of-Akkad. Even though he doesn't personally know anyone who has anything to do with this tragedy, he can still put himself in the shoes of the victim or even the shooter and empathize. Obviously, he can't do this all day with every tragedy, because as he said, it would make himself and everyone involved horrendously sad, and nobody should expect this kind of sacrifice from anyone. Just look at how distraught Kraut and T already is because of this one tragedy.
Violent tendencies, but he may have had a PTSD-related episode.
Ooh. That sounds really horrible.
I've asked if she can come on the stream, but she can't at the moment, unfortunately.
Jesus Christ, that sounds really fucking horrible. I didn't hate the guy. I didn't fucking hate the guy. I mean, he was a really good friend, for example, with Skeptor. A really good friend, a close friend. And, you know, is a person, you know, he's alive. He's in arrest. God knows what the fuck he's going through right now. I don't want to be in his fucking situation.
V is also very supportive and considerate in this situation. Listen to him reminiscing about the good deeds of the skeptic feminist.
This is someone who was in YouTube, someone we knew. For fuck's sake, I even watched a lot of his live streams. He didn't strike me as a bad person.
No, me either.
No.
No, I told you, like the moment he did that charity to rescue his girlfriend, I think it was Ivy, if I'm not mistaken, to rescue Ivy from her parents, and that struck me like, okay.
Believe it or not, it gets even more sad than this. Because although none of them have done anything wrong, they still consider the possibility that anyone affected by this tragedy might be considered a victim if they were confronted with this completely harmless discussion.
She might be considered under circumstances a victim if she's confronted with some of this.
Right.
Just
pointing that out. I'm willing to apologize to her if she's an actual victim, but I'm not willing to apologize to other people who are not victims.
I have to say that V is truly amazing here. Even though he did nothing wrong like all the others, he would be willing to apologize. Now that is true empathy. I think it's truly a shame how poorly the people from those live streams have been treated for having such an encouraging discussion about this tragedy. If anyone would ask me what I would compare these people to, I would honestly have to compare them to saints of some sort, or superheroes even. They do not deserve to be treated so horribly. This is wrong. Just compare their behavior to that of other YouTubers, like Thunderf00t for example. Thunderf00t has not been part of a single livestream discussing this tragedy. As far as I know, he also hasn't written a single letter of sympathy to anyone affected by this tragedy. But hey, everyone has to choose for himself how to behave during such a tragedy, so I guess he doesn't deserve to be attacked in any way. Thank you very much for listening, and have a nice day.